Hello everyone, today we're going to take a look at Azure Virtual Machine scale sets. So this tutorial will be based on this article that I wrote. It's about a fictional e-commerce company that decided to move its on-prem infrastructure to Azure. So what the end architecture looks like is this right here. So they have three tiers: front-end, back-end, and database tier. They have an internal load balancer and external load balancer responsible for handling the user requests. So in this tutorial we're going to take a look at how we can build this bit right here, the front-end tier. So we'll create a virtual machine scale set, virtual network, couple of VMs, external load balancer, and connect all of this together. So let's get cracking. First of all, let's go to Azure portal. We need to create a new resource group. It will be named Shopee RG, Shopee Magic. We'll use Sweden. Review and create. Create the resource group. Go to resources. Now we need to create a virtual network. So we're going to create this bit right here, the wrapper. Create resource, virtual network. Create. We use the same resource group and name it init Shopee Magic. Again, Sweden Central. Leave everything else as is. And create. So now our virtual network has been provisioned. Let's see. Okay. Now we need to create virtual machine scale set. So again, create resource. Look for scale sets, create, use the existing resource group, and let's name this VMSS front end, and as this would be the scale set for the front end tier. Availability zones, no. Use standard here. 2 instances is enough, so once we provision this scale set, we'll automatically get 2 virtual machines in it. We use Ubuntu servers as they're cheap, and we use password instead of SSH key. We'll name the user Azure admin. Let's generate some password. Use that here. Boom. Okay. Anything else? Let's see. Do we need to change anything? Yes, we need to use our existing virtual network. We shouldn't create a new one here. Other than that, I think we're good to go. Review and create, and we wait. So let's click on create. And now we're deploying our scale set. So now that our scale set is created, let's take a look. So click on instances, and here are our 2 instances, the 2 virtual machines that we provisioned as part of this scale set. Now what we need to do is we need to install Nginx on each one of them. First though, we need to provision Bastion. So Bastion allows us to connect to these machines internally within Azure using the browser. Keep in mind that this takes around 8 to 10 minutes, so bear with me here. So click connect and deploy Bastion, and now we wait. Okay, so now Bastion has been provisioned. Let's now connect to this virtual machine using the credentials that we've created. Okay, so we're inside the virtual machine. Now let's update the packages, and now let's install Nginx. Great, so now we can test it by using curl localhost, and here's our default page. So let's change the default page a bit. So here we'll add VM1 and you'll see why in a bit. Okay, so we're done with this virtual machine, and I'll do the same with the second one, but this time I'll use VM2, so I'll skip this part. So see you in a bit. So here we are inside the second VM. So I've changed this to VM2 and let's save. Okay, so that's done. Let's go back to the portal. So now we're inside the portal. Let's go to the scale set, and what we need to do now is we need to create an inbound port rule. So that rule would allow traffic through HTTP to this scale set. So this is what we need to do. Okay, just click add, and that's done. So now we need to create a public IP address for our future load balancer. So in Azure, even public IPs are separate resources. So let's create one public IP. We'll use the same resource group. We'll name this LB public IP. It won't be zone redundant. It would be regional. Let's leave everything as is. I think we're good to go now. Okay, review and create. So our public IP address has been created. Now we need to create the external load balancer, which is, if you remember, this bit right here. So the users would use the endpoint of the load balancer to get access to the virtual machines inside the virtual machine scale set. Okay, so let's create a load balancer now. We'll use the same resource group and name this LB1. It would be a standard, and here, very important, you use public type. So this means public load balancer. Okay, let's see. Go to front-end IP configuration. Here we set a name for this configuration, and we use the public IP that we've just created. Just click save. Next, go to the backend pools. So choose a name and add the virtual network. Then add the scale set here. Click save. Review and create. And let's create this load balancer now. So the load balancer has been provisioned. Let's go to the resource. Now what we need to do is we need to create the load balancing route and the health probes. So let's now create a health probe. Name it health1. And this would really check the connection, like I said. So once we create this health probe, we need to create inbound port rule again. So the probe has been created. Now let's create a balancing rule. Let's name this LB rule, like I did previously. Front end, select the existing pool, use port 80 here and here, select the existing probe, and leave everything else as is, really. Let's create this. Okay, so now we need to go to the backend pools and click here, and we need to add our virtual machines here. Okay, so our pool is ready, and now if we get our public address again, which is right here, and try to hit the load balancer, we should be able, and yes, we are. So we are hitting the load balancer, and load balancer is distributing the traffic through the scale set instances. And yes, this works now. and right now I'm checking on my phone, and on my phone I'm seeing VM2 here. But if I refresh, I'll probably see VM1. Yeah, it would take a few minutes if I want to be balanced to another virtual machine. So now if I restart, if I refresh, we are on VM2. Great. Well, anyways, uh, that's really what I wanted to show you today. Hopefully it was useful, and I'll share the link for the article in the under the video, so if you're interested, read it. I find it interesting. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and bye.